Welcome my dear students. Today we are going to be learning about the pointers. Let us just see what is the pointers. Okay. Actually we are pointing, right? As we are showing our fingers to point someone, right? In the same sense, here we will see what is a pointer. Okay. Let us see what is a variable first. As we know, the definition of a variable are variables are symbolic address of memory location. Variables are symbolic address of memory location. Already you know about variables, arrays and functions. Okay, so what is a variable represent? It is the symbolic address of memory. Okay, in computer variable means it represent a memory location. Okay, yes, as we know what is a variable are symbolic address of memory locations, right? So it represent a memory. Okay, it represent a place, right? Let us see what are the various kinds of variables available in your C programming. One is a static variable. As we know what is a static variable, right? The relationship between a variable and memory location it names is static and is established when the program is compiled. Then whenever you are using the static variable, whenever you declare the variable at that time, memory will be allocated. Okay, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ಹೇಳಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನೀವು ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಅಲೋಕೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್. ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಷನ್ ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ದ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಮೇ ಚೇಂಜ್, ಬಟ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ಸ್ ಬೈ ದೆಮ್ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ನೈದರ್ ಬಿ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟೆಡ್ ನಾರ್ ಡೆಸ್ಟ್ರಾಯ್ಡ್ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ರನ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಬಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ನು ನಾವು ರನ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಡೆಸ್ಟ್ರಾಯ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಂಥ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವೇನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ created memory whenever you are declaring, and the values may be changes during the execution, and you cannot create or destroy the variable at the time of execution. Such variables are called as static variables. Okay, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ನೀವು ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ನಂತರ ಅದು ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೂ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ನ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So then what are the drawbacks of this static variable? If we are using this static variable in your softwares, sometimes it is required but sometimes it is not required. Okay, so now ನೋಡ್ತಿರುವ virus program came to know the address of your variable holds the data. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ನಂಬರ್ನು ನಾವು ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ನ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಉಂಟೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿದ್ದ ಡಾಟಾವನ್ನು ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಕದಿಯಬಹುದು. ಓಕೆ, ಗೋಟ್ ಇಟ್? ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಹ್ಯಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಂಥದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ವೈರಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ನು ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದ ಡೇಟಾವನ್ನು ಹಾಳು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. So that is the static variable. Okay, clear? Now we will move to the dynamic variable. In some cases, memory requirement of a variable are known when the program is executed. As we know how to manage the memory, right? Memory is one of our important aspects. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಮಾರ್ಟ್ಫೋನ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಓಕೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಸ್ಟೋರೇಜ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಮಾತ್ರವೇ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ನಮ್ಮ ಫೈಲ್ಸ್ ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ತಿರುವ ಆಡಿಯೋ, ವಿಡಿಯೋ, ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್, ಗೀಟ್ಸಪ್, PDF ಯಾವ ಫೈಲ್ಸ್ ಉಂಟೋ ಆ ಫೈಲ್ಸ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ನಾವು ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಸಿ ಡೈನಮಿಕ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಇನ್ ಸಮ್ ಕೇಸಸ್ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ನೋನ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ವೆನ್ ದ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟೆಡ್. ನಾವು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರವೇ ನಮಗೆ ಯಾವ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಇನ್ ಸಚ್ ಕೇಸಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್, ಡೈನಮಿಕ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಇಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ನ ಬಳಸಬಾರ್ದು, ಡೈನಮಿಕ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ನ ಮಾತ್ರವೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಯಾವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ರನ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ ಎಷ್ಟು ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಅಂಥದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ನಾವು ಡೈನಮಿಕ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಮಾರ್ಟ್ಫೋನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು 2 GB 4 GB 8 GB 32 GB ರೈಟ್ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಇರುವ SD ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೀರ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಪಿಕ್ಚರೋ ಅಥವಾ ಗೇಮೋ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇಫ್ it is behind that memory, whether you can store? No, it is not possible, right? Clear? Yes. So in that cases what we have to do, we have to use dynamic variables. These dynamic variables will create and destroy at the time of execution. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇಂದ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಡೆಸ್ಟ್ರಾಯ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆಮೊರಿನೂ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ರನ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗನೇ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಸಚ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಡೈನಮಿಕ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ಸ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ ಯುವರ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಎಸ್, ಇಟ್ won't ask in your theory examination purpose, but it is only for your understanding purpose. Static variable means you came to know the address of a variable and what is the variable value exists, and value may be changes. Okay, it cannot be created or destroyed during execution, right? And such variables are static variables. What about the dynamic variables? Dynamic variables are the variables which are created at the runtime and allocate the memory for that variable at the runtime. After the usage of memory, it will be released. If it is not released, then what happens? ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನೀವೇನೋ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಿ, ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಬಂತು, ನೀವು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ತುಂಬಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್? ತುಂಬಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ 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 ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆವಾಗ ನೀವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಯಾವುದೆಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಫೈಲ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು ಆ ಫೈಲ್ಸ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಡೆಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. whenever you delete that unwanted files, it is releasing the memory. Okay, here dynamic variables are, it will be created and destroyed at the time of execution itself only. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇಂದ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರುವಾಗಲೇ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗುವಾಗ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು, ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರುವಾಗ ಡೆಲೀಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆಮೊರಿನೂ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗುವಾಗ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು, ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರುವಾಗ ಡೆಲೀಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು. ಅಂಥ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ನ ನಾವು ಡೈನಮಿಕ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಎಸ್, ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್ ಎಸೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಯುವರ್ pointers concept. Let us see, pointers is a very very important concept, very very important concept. The main drawback of your C programming is this thing. Okay, if you are building the software by using a C programming means we can easily break the variables, we can easily capture the data, we can easily hack the data. Got it? So that is why, but the main advantages of C programming is it gives fast execution comparative to any other programming language. Okay, for example, you are using PHP. For example, Facebook, you are using the app called Facebook, software called Facebook. It has developed in PHP programming language. Okay, the drawback is earlier, while 5 years back, 5 to 6 7 years back, it takes a lot of time to upload a image file or video file. ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಇದರಿಂದ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ತುಂಬ ಡೇಟಾ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ತುಂಬೊತ್ತು ಡೇಟಾ ಅಪ್ಲೋಡಿಂಗ್ಗೆ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ ತುಂಬ ಡೇಟಾ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಯಾಕೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಬಂತು, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಂಪೈಲೈಸೇಷನ್. ಅಂತ ಕಂಪೈಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಂತು. So they have used their compilers with reverse compilation of C compilers. Okay, whatever the PHP compiler exists, they have recoded with C compilers. Hence, your PHP become very fast, and nowadays it is also accessing the data very fast. Okay, yes. So ಇದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬೇಸಿಕ್, ನಿಮ್ಮ ನೆನಪಿರಲಿ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಡೈನಮಿಕ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು. Now we are moving to the pointer. Pointer is a very important concept. A pointer is a variable. Please observe the definition. The definition will compulsory ask for 2 marks, 5 marks, 7 marks, 6 marks, right? A pointer is a variable which stores memory address of another variable. Okay, yes, a pointer is a variable which stores the memory address of another variable. Clear? ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್. ಈ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಏನು ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ನ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ನ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ನ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ನ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Okay, pointers are dynamic variables that are used for memory allocation during execution. Then what are the purpose of a pointers? Pointers are dynamic variables. As we know, what do you mean by dynamic variables? That are used for memory allocation during execution. Memory allocation for your variable will be done at the time of execution. This memory allocate is destroyed once the program terminates. Whatever the memory allocation has done during the execution will be terminate at the time of program execution. Okay, now we will see what are the components of a pointer variable. ಏನು component ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Each variable declared as a 3 component. Whatever the pointer variable we are using, it consists of 3 component. One is address of the variable, second one is value in the variable, third one is name of the variable. Okay, what are the 3 components? Address of the variable, value in the variable, name of the variable. To understand this, let us see. Here I am taking one box. One box is representing as a memory. This rectangle box I am representing as a memory. And here where is the name of the variable? What is where here? Where is the name of the variable? If you are declaring the variable, automatically a memory will be represented, right? That memory is also having one address. That memory is also having one address. In this address you are storing the value. What is the value you have stored? D. Okay, if you created the variable int a, for example, let us see int a. If you declared a, automatically a memory will be allocated for that a, and that memory is also consist of one address. That memory is also consist of one address. Whatever the value you are storing in a will be stored in this memory, that address. Okay, it is just like as if I ask you what is your address, then you will immediately say, okay, what you will say, what is your address? You will say address of you, right? Please observe. Every time if I ask this question to a student, okay, yes, so these are the components of a variable. Okay, so what are the components of a pointer variable? Name of the variable, address of the variable, and value of the variable. Content of the variable is nothing but a value in the variable. Okay, yes, here you are identifying, right? Let us see what are the advantages of pointers. If you see the advantages of a pointers allow direct access to individual bytes in the memory. So these are the advantages. I can directly access individual bytes in the memory. Okay, so we can directly access the address of the memory. That is the point. Second point, pointers allows direct access to output devices like the monitor. It is also, yes, now we will see what are these advantages. So I can directly access internal memory, and I can also directly access external memory. External memory in the sense, now you are displaying these values. This is a monitor, right? This monitor consists of certain memory. This memory will be directly accessed by this pointer, right? Now I am pointing this arrow mark. this is a pointer, right? I'm accessing this location. This location means this memory. Okay, this helps in faster execution of a program that are graphic intensive. So the main intention of this pointer is your gaming purpose. Here it has said this helps in faster execution of a programs that are graphic intensive. Graphic intensive means now you are visually seeing this visually appearing, right? Whatever the visually appearing is nothing but a graphic intensive. So especially in your gamings you are using these pointers. While you are firing the object you are pointing, right? So that is the concept. Pointers allows the program to dynamically allocate memory for variables. As we know, what do you mean by dynamically allocation of a memory or for variable? So creation of a memory at the time of execution is nothing but a dynamic memory. This allows allocation of memory when necessary and destroy it once execution is over. As we know, what is the purpose of dynamic memory? It will create and destroy after the execution of a program. The two-dimensional and multi-dimensional array representation is easy with pointers. As we have learned about two-dimensional arrays and multi-dimensional arrays, by using this pointer concept, it is easy to represent this two-dimensional array as well as multi-dimensional array. It provides functions which can modify their calling arguments. Also, it provides functions, okay, which can modify their calling arguments. Here, as a computer science student in your PU, you have learned about call by value, call by reference, right? So that is the concept here we are going to be learning. Okay, so it means you can easily implement in your functions. Okay, yes. Now we'll see declaration of a pointers. How to declaring the pointers. Okay, now we will see how to declare the pointers. Pointers need to be declared before using them. If you are using the pointers, before that you have to suppose to declare them. To declare a pointer, write the data type of the variable whose address will store in the pointer. We have to write the data type of the variable. We have to specify the data type of the variable whose address will store in the pointer. We have to specify whose address to be stored in the pointer, followed by the pointer operator. Then how to identify the pointer operator? By using this star. Okay, please observe this star is the declaration of a pointers and the name of the pointer. A pointer declared with a particular data type can point only to variable of that type. It is a pointer declared specific of your data type. Which kind of a data type you are specifying, it will hold that particular data type. Okay, for example, let us see the syntax. If you see the syntax, data type followed by star followed by the variable name. Pointer name is nothing but a variable name. Okay, so star always indicates this is the declaration of pointer. Here star specified the syntax is called as indirection operator. What is the story here? It is representing as indirection operator. Okay, so this is the declaration of your pointers. Likewise, you can declare your pointers. Now we will see defining pointers. During pointer definition, the address of the variable is assigned to the pointers. As we know, what is a pointer? What is a pointer? A pointer is a variable which can stores the address of another variable. Pointer is a variable which can stores the address of another variable. So now we are defining that pointer. Okay, yes, the address of the variable is assigned to the pointer. To get the address of the variable, we are using ampersand symbol must be suffixed with the variable. ನೀವೇನೇ ಒಂದು ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ನ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ನ ನೀವು ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ಆಂಪರ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಸಿಂಬಲ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಆ ಆಂಪರ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಸಿಂಬಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು? ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ನ ಮುಂಚೆ ಇರಬೇಕು. Okay, here the ampersand operator is called the address operator. Here the ampersand operator is called as address operator. Now we will see the defining of a pointer syntax. Here it is the declaration of a pointer syntax. Okay, it is the declaration of a pointer syntax, and here it is the defining of pointer syntax. Pointer name is equal to ampersand variable name. For example, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ int b is equal to 10. It is a normal variable, right? Int b is equal to 10. it is a normal variable. Here we are declaring it is a normal variable, right? Here I am declaring int star ptr. Automatically it is a pointer variable of integer type. Pointer variable. What is the purpose of a pointer variable? Pointer variable you will holds the address of another variable. Then how to defining the pointer? Please observe here. ptr is equal to ampersand b. What is ptr? Pointer variable. What it will stores? Address of b. How you say it is an address? Because ampersand is the address operator. What it will store in ptr? Address of b. Okay, to represent this simple technique I will show you. Okay, here only I am showing you. Let me take 3 box. Okay, I'm taking it is b, and one more I'm taking. Okay, insert. Yes, this is also one, right? Okay, I'm treating it as a b. Okay, it is b. Please observe. Let me take table. I'm placing here. Please understand this concept carefully. Yes. Okay, I'm making this as a blank. I don't want anything. So this is I am treating as a b. Okay, and this is your pointer variable. Please observe here, don't get confused. Now it is a pointer variable. Okay, what is the value hold by the b? b ನಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಎಷ್ಟು ಉಂಟು? 10. ptr ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಏನು ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ? ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ b. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ I am giving the address of this 10 in computer is some 1 2 3. What is this 1 2 3? Is the address. Okay, 1 2 3 is the address, right? And if it is a pointer variable is also stored in the memory, right? It is also consist of one address, right? Yes. So I will paste and shift here. I am treating it as 1 to 5. Okay, just for our understanding purpose. What is this 1 2 3 1 2 5? 1 2 3 is the memory address. 1 2 3 a. Okay, or 1 2 3 is enough. If you want to give, you can give 1 2 3 a, 1 2 5 b. Clear? Yes. What is this 1 2 3 a, 1 2 5 b? This is the address of memory. Okay, in just for our understanding purpose. Okay, b is a variable. When you declare this int b, automatically one memory will be created. That memory address in b is 123a. Okay, the address of that memory is 123a. And what is the value you have stored in b? It is 10, right? And now you are declaring pointer variable. How to declare the pointer variable? Int followed by star followed by the name of the variable. It may be anything. Okay, here I am taking it as a pointer. It is a pointer variable, ptr. Okay, pointer variable, right? So now what you are storing in the pointer variable? In the pointer variable you are storing the address of b. What is the address of b? The address of b is 123 a. Correct? Yes. Then how you are saying this 123 is a is stored in ptr? By this statement. What is this statement? Defining of a pointer. What is a pointer? Pointer is the variable which can stores the address of another variable. Pointer is a variable which can stores the address of another variable. Got it? Yes. Likewise, you are storing your variable in another variable. Got it? Yes. That is the definition of your pointer. Okay. Yes. Now, to understand the better, let us see this program. Here what actually we are doing. Okay, we will see it is only for our understanding purpose. Hash include stdio.h. Let us see what is the program. Write a program to assign an integer address to the pointer and display the content of that pointer. So we have to do some simple program. Okay, for that let me copy this first. I'm copying, I'm taking notepad. Okay, and I'm pasting. Let me modify. This is a simple program, sample program on pointer. Okay. Yes. Right. Hash include stdio.h, hash include coordinate.h. Void main function. Here first I'm declaring. It is a declaration of normal variable, right? Declaration and initialization. Yes, normal variable, correct? Int n is equal to 10. So now what about this int star iptr? This is the declaration of pointer variable, right? Pointer variable, correct? Yes. Okay, now please observe here, iptr is equal to ampersand n. Means what does this? iptr is a pointer variable, holds the address of variable n. Got it? Yes. Now I am displaying the output. ಈಗ ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, I am displaying the output. So for displaying purpose I am using the printf function. Okay, the address of the variable %d. Okay, the address of the variable n is %d/n. Okay, we will see what is the address of n in your system. Clear? Yes, that is ampersand n. Why? While displaying I am giving the ampersand. I want to know what is the exact address of this n in memory. Got it? That is why I have written the address of the variable n is %d/n. Okay, now let us see what is the second output. What is the second printf statement? The value of the variable. What is the value in that variable n? The value of the variable n is, what is the value of a variable n? It is 10. So it should be displayed as 10, right? Okay, it will be displayed as 10. For that I am not given any ampersand. We are not supposed to give to display the value. Okay, now I am displaying the address of the pointer variable. The address of the pointer, what is the pointer variable? iptr is %d. So I want to know what is the address of this pointer variable in computer. Got it? Yes. So for that I have to use ipt ampersand iptr. Ampersand is always address operator, right? So it will display the address of your variable. Okay, and now I am writing the one more output. The value of the pointer is, what is the value of this pointer? Address of n, right? The value of the pointer iptr is what is the value? It is the address of n. Got it? This is the address of n. Clear? Yes. Now we will see, and one more output statement I am giving the value of the variable n using pointer. Suppose if I want to access the value in this location, what is the value in this location? This 10, right? The value in this location is 10, right? If I want to access the value in this location, then I have to use a star iptr. Star iptr is the value addressing operator. Okay, value address accessing operator. Clear? Yes, the value of the variable n using pointer iptr is, okay, yes, percentage d slash n star iptr. Clear? Yes. So if I give the ampersand n in the printf, what happens? It will give the address of n variable. If I give the n only, it will give the data of the n. If I give the ampersand iptr, it will give the address of iptr. If I give the iptr, it will give the address of n. Why? If you just give the iptr, means it is holding the address of n. If you give the star iptr, then what happens? Star iptr means it will access the value in this location. It is accessing the value in this location, in this address. Okay, yes, let me give getch. Now let me save it. File, save, and let me give as point.c. What is the name of the program? Point.c. While saving, you have to ensure it, right? Save as. I'm ensuring that I'm storing in appropriate location, right? Minimize it. Now open our editor, start Turbo C++, open your file point.c. This is our program, right? Here it is a mistake, already double quotation we have not rectified here, that is why it is showing mistake. Okay, centrally slashing double quotation. Now it is rectified. Save it. Now compile. Alt F9, Control F9. So here you are identifying the address of the variable n is -12. According to your computer system, the address of the variable n is -12. The value of the variable n is 10, right? We have stored only 10. The address of the pointer iptr is -14. What is the address here? -14. It is not a garbage value, it is an address. Okay, the value of the pointer iptr is -12. What is -12? Address of variable n. Pointer is a variable which can store the address of another variable. It has stores the address of another variable, right? The value of the variable n using pointer iptr is 10. So if you want to get the 10, how we have used star iptr. Clear? Yes. Got it? Yes. Ampersand n means it will give. Now let me compile once again. Alt F9, Control F9. It is showing same. Okay. Yes. Clear? Okay. ಸೊ ಈ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನು ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ವಿ? ಆಂಪರ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಎನ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಎನ್ ಒಬ್ಬ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಎನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಎನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಂಪರ್ಸೆಂಟ್ iptr ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ನ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ತೋರಿಸುತ್ತೆ. iptr ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಏನುಂಟು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, iptr is equal to ampersand n ಅಂತ ಉಂಟು. It is holding the address of n. What is the address of n? We got here -12, right? Likewise it will show. Okay, it may be -12 or it may be in the hexadecimal format and so on. And ಇಲ್ಲಿ iptr ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? iptr means address of n, so it display the address of n, right? ಈಗ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ iptr ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? It is a value accessing. ಈ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದ ಈ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂನ ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಈ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇದು. ಈ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಕ್ಸೆಸಿಂಗ್ ಆಪರೇಟರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಸ್ಟಾರ್ iptr. Hope you have understand. So let me compile and run once again. You are seeing, right? Wow. So this is your pointer concept, pointer basic. Here the explanation has given. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಇದು ಲೇಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಪರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಈ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹಳೆ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಈ ತರ ತೋರಿಸುತ್ತೆ, ಹೆಕ್ಸಾಡೆಸಿಮಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ದ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ n is this and maybe ಇದೆ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ, ಈ ತರ ಬರಬಹುದು. ಓಕೆ, the value of the n is 10, the address of the pointer variable is this, and the value of that address operator iptr is this, right? This is the same, right? And the value of the n using star iptr ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಈ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. So that is the same explanation here we have explained in this program. Got it? Yes. So one more program is there here, float, to represent the float. Okay, so let you will answer for it. I will copy and I will paste here. I will copy and I will paste here, and you just tell me. Okay, ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು ಇಲ್ಲಿ 0.9. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಲೋಟ್ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 56.9. ಇದು ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್. ಫ್ಲೋಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ FPTR ಸ್ಟಾರ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್. ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ನ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಏನು? ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್, ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ವಿಚ್ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ಸ್ ದ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅನದರ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್. ಹೌದಾ? ಯಾವ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ನ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು? ಟೋಟಲ್ನ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ನ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು. ರೈಟ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಯಿಂಗ್ ದ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್. Okay, what is the output I am displaying? The variable in the value in total is, so what is the value of a total? What is the value of a total? That is 56.9. The address of the total. Now we will see address of the total. So address of total ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು? ampersand total ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. Okay, the value of the pointer, we will see what is the value of the pointer. What is the value of the pointer? If I give the just FPTR consists of the address of total, so it will display the address of total. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ, the address of the pointer, address of this pointer, okay, that is FPTR. ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ನ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ನಾವು ತಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ, that is FPTR. Then how to access the value operation through pointer? If you want to access the value, okay, you have to write, copy and paste the value of the total variable using FPTR pointer is, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಸ್ಟಾರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ಟೋಟಲ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಎಸ್. ನೌ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ use getch. Let me save it first. Save as. I'm giving point1.c. Name of the file is point1.c, and I'm opening here, and F3. What is the name of the file? point1.c. right? So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿದ್ರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಫ್ಲೋಟ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಲೋಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಒಬ್ಬ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ನ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ by using ampersand. Ampersand is always address operator. Now you are displaying the value of the total, that is 56.9. address of total, ampersand total, FPTR, ampersand of total will comes, right? Ampersand FPTR, address of FPTR will comes, star FPTR, the value in this location, the value in this location, that is 56.9 will be displayed. Okay, so now save it, compile it. One error is there. What is the error? Yes, twice. It has been done for the twice. Okay, delete it. That's it. Save it, compile it and run. Run ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು? The value in the total is 0. Why? Yes, why? Anybody? Please observe here. It is a float variable, right? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ? %d ತಗೊಂಡಿದೀವಿ. %d ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಇಂಟಿಜರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಫ್ಲೋಟ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಏನು? %f. ಓಕೆ, %f. ಇಲ್ಲಿನೂ %f. got it? Now save it, compile it and run it. If you run 56.9002, that is the value in that variable. Okay, total variable. Address of total is here, it is showing some different address 6734516. This is not a value, this is the address. The value of the pointer, what is the value of a pointer? Address of same, address of the above, right? Correct? Yes, the address of the pointer, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ ಒಬ್ಬ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಬೇರೆ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಸೇಮ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ 91, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 47 ಉಂಟು. The value of the total variable using FPTR, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 56 point ಅದೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Correct? Clear? Yes. Hope you understand this concept. We will meet in the next class.